What's going on today, guys? So Mini Katana got in touch with me about a month ago or so. They have 11 million subscribers to their channel, and they make a lot of mini katanas. They do a lot of testing and a lot of videos featuring all that. And they decided to do a folding knife. This Z1 is their first take at a folding knife. They offered to send it out so I could get a good look at it and let you guys know what I think. I honestly carried this knife for over a week straight. You can see all the pocket lint in there. And I'm gonna be just brutally honest with this knife and let you guys know exactly what I think. Overall, I really do like it. Let's get this packaging onto the way. Very simple packaging. I can respect that. I don't need crazy packaging to like a knife. So they're going by Invictus blades, right? And this is the Z1 in the red carbon fiber. I'm not sure who the OEM is on this or if they're making it somehow, but it has a lot of premium knife features, and it's kind of in that premium price point. It's a little over $200, although they do go on sale. I think I just seen them on sale for like $150. So it's a button lock flipper, titanium handle, milled pocket clip, really nicely centered, nicely done. It's on bearings with button lock. Flippers are always super fidgety. Nice button you can just press. You can see the plunger go in and it drops the blade. The stop pin there acts as the stop, and then also around locks it up, right? So when they sent me that message, you want to check this knife out, I was like, absolutely, because this is a pretty cool design. I like when knives bring that cutting edge all the way back. It gives you a lot of cutting edge to handle ratio. And, you know, M390 is a good blade steel. It's something we kind of expect from overseas manufacturing. I actually did carry and use this, like I said, for over a week straight. I was going to do like several little vlog style video and cut in and out and show you guys, you know, just my thoughts on it throughout the week. But I lost that footage. So here we are, just going to do a tabletop on it. And you can see their logo there. And you can see the M390. Again, not sure who the OEM is. But there's a couple things that I really visually like about this knife. For one, the interest here around this, how it wraps, this comes in, wraps around that, and then the blade follows that along and is just milled out here. It's a cool look. If you're going for like a futuristic style, and they clearly are, with all the milling around the handle, you've got the milling there, you've got the button lock, and then this one with the red carbon fiber inlay. It's an inlay, right? This whole thing is a titanium slab that's milled away to make room for this carbon fiber inlay here. This one's in red. And then the one-piece pocket clip. These can be hard to do, but the way it's ramped at a gradual ramp up and a gradual ramp, so either way, when it slides in your pocket, it's nice, and when it slides out of your pocket, it's nice. The clip is locked in because it is recessed into a pocket in the handle there. So it's a one screw with no flex. This way, it's not rattly. Blade's nice and centered. Again, over a $200 knife, normally they do go on sale. There's a lot to like about it. It's thin behind the edge, a lot of cutting edge, but there are a few things that are just a little wonky to me. Flipping action is nice. It's what I like to see. When you hold the knife like this, you want the flipper to be about 90 degrees off that pivot. That usually gives a choice where you can push button or you can light switch. We're coming up to one of the first things that I don't like about it is I believe they should have rounded this just a little bit. It's not sharp, but it's not as comfortable as it could be. The flipping action, detent's great. So again, that's nitpicking, but also I need to let you guys know that if I think it, you need to know it. So also, the next thing, I like this handle. It's like visually just kind of basic and gets the job done. But I feel like this right here should either have been a little bit bigger to accommodate 2 fingers or a little bit smaller to just fit your 1 finger. As it is right now, no matter how you grab the knife, this dent kind of hits here. It's not sharp, it's not a hot spot, it just feels just a tad awkward in your hand. If you're bunched way up here, you can fit 2 fingers up there and then your other 2. But if you come to the back and say, I'm just gonna put my front finger in there, well, now your pinky's trying to fall off. So it just feels just a tad awkward. But in realistic situations where I was just opening the knife and just cutting with it, it felt 100% fine. It's not something that I would not buy the knife for. But if they were gonna make, Mini Katana was watching this video, and I think they're going to be, I hope they are, it would be nice to see this either go a little bit smaller or a little bit larger. Don't sit there in the halfway spot where it's always gonna be, no matter how you grab the knife, it's gonna be right there on that finger. The next thing is, because we're so mindful of how designs go now, this is still into the plunge line at the heel, which means when I sharpen this, and I do, I'm gonna sharpen it soon. I do need to sharpen it. That's gonna get a little wider on the rear. So they should have just brought this out just a little bit. Where my thumbnail is, if you could have just brought it out to about right there, then we would be clear to sharpen all the way to the base of the edge for the life, you know, rest of our life. Really, M390, you shouldn't be needing to sharpen it more than maybe, I don't know, 20 times in your life, and probably 20 of those are just going to be, you know, stropping and some ceramic work on the edge to get that going again. I don't know, I just feel like if they were to bring it out just a little bit more, it would have really extended the looks of this knife as you carried and used it and sharpened it over the years. It is thin behind the edge. I wish I knew the OEM. I had heard somewhere that it was Best Tech, but again, that could be fake news, false information. I don't want to do that. But it's really well made. This button lock is fun and fidgety. When we were watching movies, I annoyed the whole family with this one. And it was great to carry. This clip really is a nice clip. If we're looking for fit and finish over a $200 knife, I don't know if they meant to have these machined look on these spacers. I would have liked that rounded and smoothed out unless they were going for that. But I find that hard to believe. There's no other like satins on this knife to satin up those barrel spacers. Again, that's nitpicking, and you can see the ridges in there, but it looks like it was like roughly machined and not finished. So I don't know if that was a choice, but if we're doing a 2.0, I'd like to see that smooth out and just have a nice bead blasted finish to match the rest of the titanium here. And speaking of bead blast, the blade finish is bead blast. I feel like it was a conscious choice to kind of make this monochromatic look and then the red carbon fiber pop. But normally, a lot of us in the knife community like something like either a satin finish that's like belt satin, or blasted and tumbled, or tumbled finish and then a polish, something like that. But again, what people don't know is well, maybe you guys watching my channel would know, but I do a lot of blade refinishing and have over the years. And this satin blast is not like a really harsh aluminum oxide. This is more like a silica blast where it's really fine. And I don't think you're going to get any kind of corrosion problems, even though this is a blasted blade. This is a really fine bead blast. And to me, I just think it does look pretty nice here. I cut a lot of cardboard with this thing, and you can see it's not showing anywhere. Not to say that it won't ever, but it's a very durable finish. So I think it's a good choice. If you like the looks of it, and I do. I like how this is almost like an orange peeled titanium. This has the finer grit blasting. This is not like a aluminum oxide where it's really big pits. This is like a glass bead blast. And that's looks like what the blade is too. Again, M390. I believe they're saying 62 HRC. I don't have any way to test that. I know it held up throughout everything I put it through with no chips. But it is time for me to sharpen. I usually always sharpen new knives. You can almost see that plunge line right here. Can you see it right there where it goes thick? So this is going to widen at the rear when you resharpen it. Again, you could take a Dremel and widen that out a little bit, but for an over $200 knife, I think they could refine this a little better and make this a good knife to a really great knife. Because it is fun and it's useful and it does feel good in the hand. But if you're really nitpicking, you can see right where my hand falls on that. Has a nice blade shape. I mean, I always like these kind of drop point blade with this belly, but it's not like really turned up, right? So it's still great for detail work. You don't really have to kick your wrist up too much to have that tip digging into opening packages or whatever. It's nice and sturdy. Again, button lock, flipper. I didn't have any lock problems. Another thing to know is I really do like the way they did this button. It's just a nice big flat button. It's not too high. It's not too recessed. To me, it just works. It's a fun knife. Anyways, I appreciate Mini Katana for sending this out. It was a pleasure to work with you guys. They sent me some other swag. Maybe I'll show that off in another video at some point. But let me know what you guys think. Again, this is going over $200. I'm going to put all the link below on their site. It is a premium knife. There's a lot of titanium in here. And a lot of engineering as far as that one-piece clip. And then the carbon fiber milled down in there. But again, if you can catch these things on sale for like $150, to me, that's a no-brainer recommendation. Again, if you like the design here. So I appreciate them sending this out and letting me show you guys. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. And I appreciate hanging out with you. See ya.